All right, you go.
Touche, sir. Right. So this is what had happened. So my old band, the Intrepid Adventurers, should look them up on Bandcamp. We toured in China a whole bunch back in the day. And I did this thing called CD Baby. If you don't know anything about the music stuff and DIY music industry, you can essentially pay for an account on one of these sites, and they'll put you on Spotify and Apple Podcast and Amazon and all that crap. So I did this back in the day, like 2012, 2013. In all that time, less than 1,000 views on all the songs, whatever. But it was kind of cool to be like, hey, type in Intrepid Adventurers on Spotify and boom, pops up. It's all legit, right? Or looks legit. And in that time, when it comes to the streaming, how much revenue did we make? In 10 years, I think we had $10, right? So not much. All right. I look it up the other day. I'm actually told by my, at the time, my girlfriend. And she was like, oh yeah, it is not there. In my playlist, it's gone. And I was like, what the fuck? So I look it up. Can't find my own music. It's not there. Log into the account. No music. I'm like, what? I paid for this. It's been a long time, but I paid for this. I was like, well, maybe there's a statute of limitations. Is that right? Maybe there's a limit to how long that's going to be on. Who knows what happened? So I look at Apple Music, not there. Look at Amazon, not there. Music is gone. All right, well, this is obviously a problem. I contact Spotify, waiting on their response. Jump on CD Baby. I'm like, yo, I'm going to log in real quick and can't log in. Account gone. So this account that I've had for over 10 years has been axed. I logged in like not 2-3 months ago. So what's the deal? So I emailed them. No response ever. This happened about a month ago. Still haven't responded to my ticket or whatever. Spotify did, to their credit. It was one of those AI things, and I'm like, representative, get a person. I think their name was James R. or something. And I'm like, yo, here's what's going on. And they're like, okay, well, give me a second. Let me look up your account and check out the music and all these things, right? I sit on this. Granted, it's not on the phone. It's on their website. I'm sitting there for like 30, 45 minutes, like straight up, waiting on them to check my stuff. Finally, I get on and I'm like, hey, it's been like half an hour. Like, what's the deal? Oh, hold on a second. 45 minutes. Hey, what's going on? Are you having like a hard time finding the music? Like, and they're like, okay, so your music was taken down. It's gone. It's not. We were notified that you broke the rules or someone did, so it's been axed, and we wash our hands of it. You're gonna have to contact whoever your distributor is. And I'm like, and then they're like, okay, is that all you need today? I'm like, no. Like, I want to talk to the supervisor. I want, like, what happened? What's the deal? And for this, I need a beer. One moment.
Well, clearly the music is still on Bandcamp, so we're going to listen to some of it. Because that's what we do.
A tiny, tiny Modelo. That's some canceled music right there, Ken.
I think it's really good.
No one else does.
So you gotta tell me why it's canceled though.
Well, so I had an idea, and that's why it was canceled. I think I told you about this idea.
Did you? I totally forgot about what it was.
Yeah.
The idea.
So there was
clearly
thought.
I'm a bad friend because I don't remember.
It's fine. So I'm gonna turn down my own music a little bit. All right. So the idea was this. I was like, okay, what actually gets some revenue from these streams, right? From these plays. And as it turns out, at least what was recorded, was you need to get about 1,000 plays and you get about $1, something like that. It actually might be far less than that, but I worked out the math and I was like, okay, if I could get a certain number of plays on a song, then hold on, let me do this again. Just wait. If I could get a certain amount of plays,
I know what you did.
Yeah, you do. So now you remember. So I'm like, if I can get a certain amount of plays, then I can actually get a little bit of revenue.
But my response, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna choose a song, the shortest song. It's one of my favorites. It's Black Woman. It's about 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 12 seconds actually. And I did the math, and I was like, what is wrong with me just listening to my song on repeat? I'm on Spotify. I do that. Why not listen to my own music on repeat, and just keep that going? Why not? Now, of course, the question is, surely people would do this, right? And maybe it'll do a thing that like YouTube does, where it's like it just doesn't count those views. That's the reason you don't do it. Whatever. I'm at $10 of revenue over the course of 10 years. I'd like to hit that $100 mark and at least get the payout finally. And that'll take forever, so whatever. I might as well do it. So I start doing that. And then I sit there thinking, well, hold on. Why don't I just make a bunch of Spotify accounts? I already have like 3, right? Because I would forget the password or whatever. I just make a bunch of Spotify accounts and stream my music on repeat. Like, why not do that? Because technically, I'm not overtaxing their system with like 10 accounts, right? If it was like 100,000 or 1,000 accounts, it's one thing. Even that, it's 10 accounts, and I am listening to the songs. It's what's the actual problem with that? Yeah, it's a gray area. I'll give it that.
It's definitely gray area.
It's not a person sitting there like, oh my God, listen to these lyrics. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is
Bill is amazing
lyrics. Is it cancel
lyricist.
your account worthy? I feel like that's success.
So I listened to it, and I am committed to this. And I do it for 3 straight months. Yeah. So I got this computer dedicated. The computer's like just tearing ass, like heated up.
You got a server.
And what happens is, at a certain point, it uses all the resources on your computer, and you have to refresh the page. So I'm like,
sure.
I have like certain times a day that I'm doing this over the course of 3 months. Why 3 months? I wanted to make a dent in it. I wanted to get to 250,000 views, and then actually get to, the reason I did it 3 months is because you don't actually see if there's any kind of payment until a quarter, as in a quarter of the year goes by. It's every quarter that they update. So I said, why not do it for a quarter, right? And this computer's not doing anything anyway. I'm listening to my music, it's getting views, and even if it doesn't actually garner any cash, right? Because this is small potatoes. Even if it was supposed to be about $1,000, even if it doesn't do that, because they're like, yo, dude, you're obviously just repeating your music. It gives views, and maybe those views will push the song into someone's feed, right? So I can get actual people to listen to my music, which is the goal. I know I'm not going to make any money off Spotify. It's just to break through that barrier in some way. That was my idea.
Yeah.
I get up to about 350,000 views.
Did it count the views?
Yeah. Because they were real views. I listened to my computer listened to the entire song.
Yeah.
A lot.
But it was all coming from the same IP address, and I'm guessing that they can track that.
Well, I think it takes them a long time.
Right.
And here's the thing. When the quarter goes, and they're like, hold on, we owe someone money.
Yeah.
They're like, well, where did the views come from? Mm-hmm. Well, okay, it's one person listening to their music a lot. like a whole lot,
Sure.
right? Now, it is not tied to me necessarily because see, I have a Spotify account that is not tied to my music on Spotify.
Sure.
You have to have a distributor to get on Spotify. So
Right.
it's tied to my distributor, right? So it's not tied to the IP address in that regard, right? Instead, they're like, okay, there's this dude, there's this band that suddenly has 250,000 views, and we
Yeah.
technically owe them like $1,200.
Yeah.
So we're going to investigate that to find out what the deal is. It's fine. That's fine. That's a prerogative. Perfectly fine by me. I think how I screwed myself over was I contacted them. And I was like, hey, my song has a lot of views. I haven't seen it updated. I need to see if it's going to update anything. And I think that made them go, wait a minute.
This guy's trying
This
to pull a
dude
fast
is-
one.
This dude's trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
Now,
You're lucky they don't
that
come after
apparently-
you for like, violations. They just cut you
like,
out.
what are they going to do?
I don't know.
Well, they did. They did. So
Well, they
let's say that
did.
violates
They
something.
clearly did.
let's say that violates something. Apparently, according to Spotify, it violates their use policy, whatever. So don't repeat the same song over and over and over with several accounts because that violates their policy.
Yeah.
I get it. At the same time, they're not paying artists any whatever. It's me
doesn't-
rationalizing
Right.
whatever. Doesn't matter. The issue that I take is there's no warning. They're just like, fuck your music. It's gone. Destroyed. And then my distributor, who I paid, was like, we're not going to give you a, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Maybe someone is doing this. Here's the thing. The distributor, there's no connection to my accounts doing it.
Right.
The Spotify, there's no connection to my accounts doing it.
Right.
As in my accounts that put on the music to the distributor. Which means, let's say that
it happened to you. Say so you've got a friend that you don't.
For example,
well, a former friend of who has a band that you don't like.
Yep. You can kill their music. Get 10 Spotify accounts, hit repeat, do it for 2 months. They will say, oh, they violated our shit. Boom. Not only do you get them canceled on Spotify, their distributor, without warning, will kill their account. Their music is gone.
Yeah.
That's the problem I fucking have. Because the thing is, people can say, oh, well, Bill, you're prevaricating, you're rationalizing, you're obviously against. Sure. No contest, though. They don't give a flying fuck about you.
Right.
That is what this highlights. It also highlights that the plan didn't work, and I think it's hilarious.
Right.
At
But
the
I
very
mean,
least,
the bigger thing is that you've
That
got
can be
somebody
abused.
that burned you in your local area, and you can burn them back by
hard. And there's no
Yeah.
recourse
because
because
like,
CD Baby doesn't respond to you.
yeah, they don't care.
They're just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
They don't
Give
care.
us that money again. We'll put your shit back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. And
Like,
you could
that's-
re-upload all of that stuff, but it takes a while to put a song through the system. Like just one song, it takes probably 20 minutes to
And any
get the
views that you
song,
had
put
are
the
gone.
thing,
They're
all
gone.
the views are gone. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say that they had a few 100,000 views that were naturally gotten. You just killed their account.
Sure.
And there's stories of this stuff happening. The fact is that it highlights the idea that you are their content and they don't care about you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I would have appreciated them being like, hey, look, what you're doing, you're not supposed to do. We're going to remove all those views. Don't do that again or else. I would have appreciated that, but I'm small potatoes and they don't care. Instead,
It just shows that, if you want to screw somebody over, you can do it in just another way. It's easier to screw somebody over than to lift them up.
yeah. Now, the other thing that I get out of this is my music was up for 12, 13 years, and it got
Yeah.
less than 1,000 views on anything,
Sure.
on any of the songs.
Sure. know
I
what that's like.
actually prefer it being on none of those platforms, because in my opinion, fuck those platforms. Now maybe this is just because I'm not popular and I haven't been successful. Perhaps that's what it is. I prefer to say, you know what, I am a DIY artist. Go to Bandcamp, because when you buy a song, I actually get the fucking money.
Yeah, you get a larger percentage.
You can just go listen to the song on Bandcamp, and it's all me. And I think that is the way to promote. And if people really, really love it, I don't want to be on fucking Spotify. You don't get fucking paid for it anyway. Fuck those people.
Yeah,
fuck those people. Fuck those corporations, dude.
If I dug into my TuneCore account, I probably don't. I don't even know if I don't even know if they will tell me, because I changed my credit card recently. Maybe they won't tell me that.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
You're not, you're paying for this access, but it's a fabled access.
Sure.
Because you're not gonna, your music is not going to be able to compete with whatever dumb algorithm studios and such have.
Right.
Right? I say fuck them.
Right.
Fuck them. Nobody's listening to music anymore.
There's a lot of truth to that. Absolutely.
So,
but, you also have to, you got to put some money in to get some money. You gotta buy in any situation, and you got to put the time and effort. So if you're not touring around with your band, and you have a Spotify account that's, or if you have a TuneCore or CD Baby or any of the digital aggregate for music, and you're paying for it, it's a waste of time, because nobody's going to spontaneously find you. Right. What is the reality is
exactly.
You got to be out there being a musician, and
posting the video doesn't do it.
It doesn't.
You got to be the musician.
You got to be out there meeting people, doing things. You got to leave your house.
But you get into this mentality of, I need all these things. Mm-hmm. I'm going to set all of these things up. And there's all these people that will take your money to do it.
Yeah. So I just had an epiphany. If we're ever in the same area and we have a couple other like-minded people with us, we gotta do IRL games on a stage. Play the punk clubs with our stream/play. I mean, if we're not streaming, we could record it and
we should do it.
Play a show. Howl's Bar.
As in play a show, a GGP?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great. Have people rolling around.
Yeah, drink beer. Have some people yelling, "What the hell are you doing?"
Have you looked at Harmon Quest?
Yeah, it's what Harmon Quest did, I guess.
Yeah, it's essentially Harmon Quest.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in town. You make the show.
And we could just do a show in April. I am in town.
Yeah. Well,
hit Alice Bar and be like, "Yo, we're gonna play D&D here. People can come in."
I look forward to the to seeing if that'll happen. But anyway, I think we should sign off and
we're good.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for staying tuned to this thing that we do
sometimes. We'll be back Monday for Thursday. Linen Tapestry. We're gonna do a session 0. Our buddy John it's his game that he's created. Very deep lore game. We'll be back next Thursday as well with Eric Zimmerman. This GGP. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. All that helps us immensely. We are so DIY. We're so indie. If you would like to help monetarily, patreon.com/Geeky Gamer Podcast, or you can do the coffee thing. And of course, we want to thank Couchfire Media for the production. We want to thank all lowercase letters and Mr. Intrepid for the music. And, Trois Replay from 2023.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.